Good morning, class. Before we start our discussion, I want you to listen and watch this short clip.
I can never mess around, hang with friends or cruise the town. Before I'm ever allowed to go, my parents always want to know who, what, when, where, why, and how. Answer these questions here and now. It's an interrogative interrogation. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Only then can we allow. Don't ever even think of application. Interrogative interrogation. If I want to go someplace to just get out and have some space, I must tell my parents all I know, or they'll never ever let me go. They'll ask who, what, when, where, why, and how. Answer these questions here and now. It's an interrogative interrogation. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Only then can we allow. Don't ever even think of application. Interrogative interrogation. Finally, one Friday night, Mom was dressed up dynamite. Dad said they were going on a date, but I told them first they'd have to wait. I asked who, what, when, where, why, and how. Answer these questions here and now. It's an interrogative interrogation. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Only then can I allow. And don't ever even think of application. Interrogative interrogation.
That's all. Our topic for today is about interrogative. Interrogative. Again, in the music, what is interrogative? It says on the song that the interrogative is the fancy word for questions. Interrogative. An interrogative sentence is one that asks a direct question and always ends in a question mark. What are the questions in the songs that we watch? Yes, the commonly used questions, the what, where, when, why, and how, or the WH questions. Interrogative is a term used in grammar to refer to features that form questions. Okay. There are 4 types of interrogative sentences: the yes or no interrogatives, alternative interrogatives, WH interrogatives, and tag questions. Interrogative sentences are generally divided in these 4 types. Okay. The yes or no interrogatives are questions that can be answered with a yes or no response. You probably ask or are asked these questions every day. Using the word which, who, how. Mr. Here are the example. Mister, can you spare a dime? Or did you take your vitamins this morning? The answer is either yes or no. Alternative interrogatives are questions that provide for two or more alternative answers. In other words, you're providing a choice. Here are the examples. Would you prefer chocolate or vanilla ice cream? Would you prefer chocolate or vanilla ice cream? Next is, should I call or email you? Next is, do you want coffee, tea, or soda? Next is the WH interrogative sentences. Begin with the WH word and call for an open-ended answer. A yes or no answer isn't appropriate for these questions. Sorry for the explanation on the yes or no. WH interrogatives, a yes or no answer isn't appropriate for these questions, nor does the question provide alternative answers. The answers can be a simple response or complex explanation. Example questions are, what are you doing? Next is, where do you live? Next is, who is playing in the Super Bowl? Next is, what is the meaning of this? Lastly, which songs do you like best? Can you give any examples of WH questions? Okay, let's proceed to the tag questions. Tag questions are questions attached or tagged onto the ending of a declarative statement. They transform a declarative sentence into an interrogative sentence. For example, you live in the city, don't you? We need to get going now, don't we? Third is, there's a game on today, isn't there? And lastly, you're coming to the party, aren't you? Can you give examples of tag questions? Declarative. Again, tag questions are declarative sentences transformed into interrogative sentences. Okay, are you understand what is interrogative? Interrog again. What is interrogative? Okay, interrogative is a term used in grammar to refer to features that form question. It is a sentence whose grammatical form indicates that this is a question. Okay, thank you for listening. God bless. Before we end our discussion, I want you to watch this video. for your activity, I want you to give at least 3 examples for each types of interrogative sentences. Again, the 4 types of interrogative sentences are the yes or no interrogatives, alternative interrogatives, WH interrogatives, and tag questions. Is that clear? Okay. Any reaction, clarification? Okay, for your assignment, I want you to study about preposition and interrogative sentences because we have our quiz for the next meeting. That's all, class. Goodbye.